Right. Does this microphone work? Hey, Facebook. Hey, YouTube. Hey, Twitch and Periscope. All right. We are going to get this thing started. Is my Bluetooth keyboard working? Let's see here. Boop. Oh, wow. Boop. Hi, everybody. I'm Dan. I just drank an energy drink. Not sure if you can tell. And it's time for another episode of The Joy of Pancakes. It's not a dance show. I'm just a goofball. I got my griddle. I got my pancake batter. Actually, I should probably arrange this pancake batter. Got my Bluetooth keyboard. Got everything. Got it all. Let's see. Hey, Misty, how are you? Good to see you in the chat. Hello, Sofer Ook. I'm not sure if I said that right, but sometimes it's hard to read people's usernames. Craig Cash over on Facebook asks for a balloon dog. Craig, if you would like to request a specific pancake, I would invite you to check us out on Sundays. Our Sunday live stream is when we do lots of really simple requests and stuff like that. This is more of a long form, freestyle, kind of artist choice kind of thing. I got all these colors here, and I tend to take a little bit longer on the Joy of Pancakes pieces I make. So for those of you that are joining us for the very first time today, welcome. We're super stoked to have you. My name is Dan. I am a professional pancake artist with the company Dan Cakes, based in St. Louis, Missouri in the United States. And we have been doing this live stream series for a couple of months now. And so, yeah, I'm going to be making pancake art. If you've never seen pancake art before, I invite you to Google it, check out our YouTube, check out all the different... Oh, no, we are out of towels. Okay. Give me 1 second. I got to run to the other room and get some towels. Ah, geez, it's always something. It's always something with the towels. Oh, there's the towels. I always got to have some towels because I use them to rest my hand, wipe the bottle tips as I go. Hi, Maya. How are you? Goofy side's gonna burst out. That darn tootin'. You're digging darn tootin'. So, yeah. Let's just dig right in, huh? What do you say? I am starting today with so our buddy Jeremy, who has been this enormous help with the orchestration and promotion and moderation of our streams, has suggested a piece of goofy pancake thing he saw. I need this to refresh on Twitter. There we go. I need to add this to my photos. It's a reference from my favorite video game of all time. Just gonna add to photos. I guess save to files. Save image. There we go. Because I need to reflect this. But basically, I'm going to do the overhead here. It's just this particularly class-conscious quote from Wiegraf, one of the sympathetic antagonists from the game. This is like a 90s strategy game. He says, if the penalty for a crime is a fine, then that law only exists for the lower class. And I was just like, yeah, okay, I'm going to try this out. I'm going to try and actually draw this text box. And we'll see if I can make it, I can render this as a pancake. So one of the first things I'm going to do is I mirror the image. So I'm actually going to be drawing it in reverse. That helps me make sure that I don't mess up any of the letters and that it looks like the final product. Because one thing people who've never done pancake art before lose sight of is the fact that whatever I draw on the griddle actually ends up reversed when I flip the pancake over. So working in reverse, mirror image, sort of like if you're painting on glass. You'll see people that do like glass pinstriping and that sort of thing do this. Have to be mindful of that kind of stuff. So, towel's dirty. Toss that over there. Hey, just throwing things around. All right. It's a little chilly in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and set my cold body over the griddle. Let's see here. Oh, and one more moment. Let me grab this. Hi, Tracy. Looks like we have some cool conversation going in the chat already. That's awesome. Well, that just happened there. Okay, cool. Cool. Great. I am up to date on Tifa Lockhart. That's a good suggestion, Maya. But let's see here. Wiegraf. All right, so how do I want to do this? I think I should maybe do the text box first. It looks like that's going to be a combination of my dark brown and my black. A lot of browns in the Final Fantasy Tactics palette. I want to give myself enough space. That's an elaborate suggestion, Josh. I like that. Might come back to that after I finish this piece. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by giving myself this text box. I'm going to try and illustrate this, give myself enough room. One of the very first things I try to emphasize to folks when I teach them pancake art is that mistakes are delicious. It's actually kind of our motto here at Pancakes. And so you'll hear me say that a lot. Because it can be a very tricky medium to do a good representation of things in. Because it's liquid, there's so much layering. But if you kind of transcend your impositions of perfection and just say, yeah, it's a pancake, it'll look like it looks. You can do a lot of interesting things, even if they aren't perfect. Hey, Becca, good to see you in the chat. I'm doing wonderful. I'm glad you dropped by. I understand finals can be that crazy time of year, so Godspeed. I hope that goes well for you. That energy drink might have been a mistake, y'all. I'm quivering. Yeah. Yeah, that's not straight. God! Well, this will be a challenging one. I need to give myself a little bit more room, I think. Caffeine is a drug. Sailor Moon is a good suggestion. Cosmic Brownie for the first time in 2 years. Very nice for me. Those have the most satisfying texture. Misty asked, hey Dan, what is your first video game you've ever played, and which one is your favorite? I think the first one I ever played was Super Mario Brothers. The original one for Nintendo Entertainment System. There's actually photos of me with my dad. Sitting around the living room entertainment center in a house I cannot remember for the life of me. I think watching my dad play Mario. Long time ago. It's kind of tricky here. Should I ignore the sprite art pixelation, or should I try and approximate it? I don't know. I'm definitely a little weird in the head right now. Sometimes I think, oh, I'll drink an energy drink right before the stream. It'll make sure that I'm super great for art and stuff, and then it backfires. I think the best headspace to be in when you're doing pancake art is a little sleepy. Little sleepy. But as for what my favorite game is, the one that comes to... There's a couple of pieces of media that, like, come to mind. Like, I think about them, and then I decide, oh, that one, I'm going to just decide that that's my favorite. Because, like, if you try and sit there and determine what your favorite movie or book or TV show is based on some kind of objective merit, you know, you're never going to get an answer. You're never going to have an answer. And I don't think the reason people like to determine what their favorite of a thing is because they want to, because it's just they want to prove that it's good or something like that. I think it's mostly, it's like self-expression. Like, then I can quickly communicate to somebody else that is familiar with it the kind of person that I am. So I try not to overthink what my favorite movie and book is. I just kind of pick one and stick with it. My favorite video game, I would say, is Final Fantasy Tactics, which is what this piece I'm doing now is it is a bit of dialogue from that game. I think Final Fantasy Tactics it was brilliantly well written. It had all the things I love. Stories. It had political intrigue and subterfuge and the corruption of the church and class consciousness. And it seemed to be just, I guess, more honest in that sense than a lot of the stories that we tend to consume, you know, like, no shame against people who like stuff like, say, The Avengers or the Hollywood blockbuster action movies and stuff, but I think that in a lot of those cases there's a certain degree of there's a certain type of human ugliness that I think lots of really successful media franchises oversimplify or look past. And I remember growing up, I didn't really grasp the story of Final Fantasy Tactics that well, even though it was like sort of planting ideas in my head that would end up influencing me tremendously later in life. But like the idea that that the church in the game, I can't remember the name of their deity, but the church is like deeply corrupt and power hungry, communing with demons, that sort of thing. But they don't tell you that up front, right? Like everybody's sort of follows rules and their bidding and that sort of thing. But like part of the story is you play this protagonist who is uncovering this plot and whose truth has been whitewashed by history, hidden up by the powers that be. And there's this guy like, yeah, let me tell you the true story of what happened. Outside of all the cover-ups and such. How should I do this? I should probably, there's 3 lines. Wiegraf's face is right about here. This is this thing that I'm doing right here is kind of a new technique I've never really done intentionally before, but like basically when I do this, there's this just a tiny little shadow, probably from oils or, you know, stuff on my hand, that I can see sort of sketch a very, very loose head shape outline with my finger there. And it won't show up on the pancake, but it gives me basically a guide for how big or small that character should be. And then I can do my proportionality and everything else on the other side. The thing that really stood apart for me with Final Fantasy Tactics was it has a consciousness about institutional power and about the way that institutions are self-interested, no matter what they say they are, no matter who they say what they say their ideals are, or whatever, that like righteousness is not something that is determined by those who have the institutional authority to determine it. It's righteousness and goodness and truth and doing the right thing is a question of Are you willing to be a bad guy in history's eyes if it means doing what you know is right? Are you willing to risk your legacy within a corrupt institution in order to not take part in that corrupt institution? I love that kind of stuff. I love that kind of, you know, when everybody around you is up to no good. The main character of Final Fantasy Tactics, Ramza, is like, no, that's not, that's not right. I really love. Let's see if I can zoom in on Wiegraf's face here. I wonder if I'm concerned. This is gonna. Let's see. Something else I really love about Tactics is just the gameplay. It's kind of like extreme chess. It's a tactical role-playing game, so whenever you get into combat, right, like if you face down monsters in a swamp or something like that, you go to this isometric board, basically. It's a grid board. Different spaces have different heights, and there's all kinds of things to keep in mind, and you have just a group of troops that all have different abilities, and it's turn-based, so it's not frantic, but sometimes it's really challenging, and you get rewarded for playing smart, and that's something that very much influenced me in ways. I played this when I was a kid. Ways that I am still realizing today, like I've gone and created an entire grid-based strategy board game, heavily influenced by the Final Fantasy franchise and certainly by Final Fantasy Tactics. Come on, Wiegraf. It's just very iconic art style in the game. Let's see, Love Simon. I haven't seen Love Simon, Misty. I'm not familiar. And Tracy, I'm glad that you're enjoying this process. Glad y'all are enjoying watching it come together. Doing my best here. Like I said, my energy's a little goofy right now because I drank an energy drink right before this started. I can actually hear the soundtrack of some of the battle music of Tactics in my head right now. Kind of wish I could hear it IRL. It's another one of the. It's just the whole game is just like if you like deep political plots, plots about, you know, politics and corruption and betrayal and like the manipulation of city-states and really just power in general, and like occult sort of communing with darkness, and if you like that kind of media, and if you like really beautiful orchestral music, and if you like fantastic sort of anime art style and fantasy themes and all that, and strategy-based combat, I have yet to play a game that is as good as Final Fantasy Tactics in that sphere. Wiegraf. I would like to make a game like this someday. I would like for my board game project, Anthromancer, to succeed to the point that I can hire a bunch of people to help me realize my gaming dreams and create a game that is at least as good as this game is. All right, Wiegraf. So it's always a treat when I see people on the internet talking about it. A couple little highlights on that here. I'm going to finish the little Wiegraf portrait before I move on to the typography. That way I don't have to think about it anymore and I can just focus entirely on the next step. For those of you that have not seen very much Pancake art before, I want to point out, if you haven't already noticed, that the griddle is basically off. I put a little bit of residual heat in it because I like to set my first lines, but at this point it's not heating anymore, and so I have a lot of time to do these kinds of fine details. I have a lot of time to go in and, you know, focus on making this kind of stuff as good as I can. And I think it really serves the final product a lot to take your time like this. And yeah, I already decided I'm not going to try and go for the pixelation because pancake batter is a liquid, so the medium is a liquid, and it can be very, very difficult to get liquid medium to convincingly arrange itself in like a little bit grid, you know, for 32-bit pancake art. It'd be very, very tricky to do that convincingly. So why even waste my time and energy? When I can just approximate it in the style itself. And these lines here are just composition, like they're just to help me keep my the text straight when I actually go to do the text. But actually, let me not get too distracted. Stephanie Valenta, Final Fantasy text is one of my favorite games. Did you mention it? No, I also have the battle music in my head. It gets in your brain, but so much. Misty, hey Dan, can I ask you something? What's the secret of your hair? Give us some tips. Secret of my hair is that I wash it too much. And then when I stop washing it, it gets super greasy. And then I try to take care of it, and it makes it look all shiny and healthy when actually compensating for how many of the oils dripped from it. Also, my mom gave me really good hair. Inherited good hair from my mom. I inherited. I'll be here all week, folks. Good hair from my mom. Thanks, Mom. There's 3 colors on your face here. I guess that doesn't feel appropriate. Neither does that. What am I gonna do? I feel like I need a color in between. You know what? Life is not perfect. Nothing is perfect. Very good. Just trying to get these highlights to be appropriate. The sound is a bit freaky today. Do you think maybe it's the microphone? I'm not sure. If anybody else that watches the stream confirms that I might have a solution, but otherwise, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. Okay. Oh, okay. Good to know that stuff. Do appreciate it. Not the perfect color for his hair. It's pretty close. That dirty blonde here. Might not have mixed enough colors to do it total justice, but yeah, we're gonna just use this gold, blast it out a little bit. His hair and his collar. I think this was trending because of there's a lot of class consciousness going on in the internet world these days. A lot of people are starting to realize that the world's so screwed up is people on the bottom, which is, you know, most of us, all of us, are only just, it's been very easy for the ruling classes to help obfuscate and obscure power. And that's because, you know, you have these, you have things like the Avengers, you have things like these comic book popcorn super movies that are like really beautiful, and they spend a lot of money on the visual effects and all that stuff. And they have, you know, they try to talk about these themes, but themes are always so heavy-handed, you know? Like the idea of Thanos as a villain is just, it's cartoonish. It's a cartoonish concept. We're just gonna randomly kill off half of all people, and that'll be my motivation, is some obsession with balance. And it's like, well, that doesn't interest me very much, because it doesn't really say anything interesting or unique or progressive or enlightening or fulfilling or challenging about where evil really comes from. Because evil isn't some guy saying, I'm gonna balance the world by killing half of all people. Evil comes in much more insidious ways, and corruption creeps into things, and there's lots of people who are convinced that they're not corrupt, or convinced that they can't be corrupted, or that their corruption is rational or justifiable, and they're just playing into the same problems that got us here. People don't understand how almost all evil is done with this sort of justification in mind that it's actually good. It's like a polarity baked into it. And I love stories that explore that. I love stories that humanize their villains. You know, the guy I'm drawing here, Wiegraf, I can't remember his last name, but Wiegraf is like, he's a rebel leader. I can't remember the very specifics of his story, but basically he got, he took part in this war. I think it was the 50 Years' War. He took part in the 50 Years' War, and when the war ended, finally, after, 50 years, there were a lot of people who, their whole life, they had been fighting for this cause, fighting for this government, or for a lord or something, and then they come back, and it's like, okay, time for our compensation, right? Like, we fought for you. That means that we can, like, get stuff now. And the royalty just kind of threw him out in the cold. And was like, actually, no. Screw y'all. Screw your needs. Y'all are lower class people. You're lower classmen, and you don't actually, welcome back. You don't matter. And so Wiegraf ends up getting together a band of rejects, you know, all the people who served in the war and fought and died and suffered to serve these overlords out of this promise of later compensation. And they all got turned out. And so he forms this paramilitary unit called the Death Corps. And he's the first antagonist in the game. And I think it's facing down against him that the main character, Ramza, kind of realizes, because Ramza is the son of nobility. He is a noble born. In the first chapter of the game, the first section, you are in service of your older brother Daisadarg and trying to, still sort of naive. Ramza still has this naivete about how the world works and about how, you know, well, the nobles have our best interests in mind, and the social order is set up the way it is because it's supposed to, you know, because there's just a difference between commoners and nobles and highborn and lowborn people, and excuse me. And Wiegraf is the first person to like mock him for and be like, dude, you're wrong. Like, there's not a difference. It's unjust, and y'all have screwed us over. So I hope you die. And Ramza's still got that sort of neoliberal hugs and kisses, like I can talk him out of this, or we can, you know, we can reason. And Wiegraf's like, no, dude, I want you dead. It sort of forces Ramza, the whole situation with Wiegraf and the Death Corps forces Ramza to realize something about his upbringing and about the nature of class and the nature of nobility, and like all this stuff I'm talking about here. Like, it's, yeah, this game, I played this game for hours and hours when I was like 6, 7, something like that, maybe 8. So maybe that's part of the reason I am the way I am, you know? Yeah. Oh yeah, Jeremy's dropping some knowledge in the comments there. The denial of his pay after the 50 Years' War has embittered Wiegraf against those in power, but he refuses to let the Corpse Brigade become common bandits and opposes methods such as kidnap and ransom. Wiegraf sees his quest as a righteous battle to free the commoners from the tyranny of the nobility, and though he doesn't revel in violence, he sees it as his only tool to free the people of Ivalice. Yup. Yup. What a mood.
Ooh, hey. Hello.
Hey Dana, you got your mic?
What's it to you?
Oh.
I was just peeking in to see how your progress was. Also, well, it was showing me their art. GD, man.
Yeah, they're very talented.
Love that. Hi, everybody. I'm just jumping in for a second. I'm doing work in the other room, but I'm gonna film Dan doing this flip of this silly meme.
I made these way too small.
Oh.
Sorry guys, I just lost a bunch of time.
I would wet a towel because you might have that black smear on your final product.
I'm just gonna lick the griddle.
Why not?
No, I said I'm just going to.
I said, why not?
I didn't say I wasn't going to. I said I was going to.
Why not?
The Pokemon?
Like, hey, let's go to the park today. Well, why not?
Dana, we were talking about class consciousness.
Okay, cool.
We
That's awesome.
We were talking. What would you do? What would you do if you fought in the 50 Years' War for the nobility, and then when you came back, they denied your pay? What would you do? Would you start a brigade of revolutionaries to get revenge on the nobility? Or would you just crap your pants? I mean, real
Throwing
talk.
a lot of words at me. They messed up my meds at the pharmacy.
Curse the nobles!
Well, one of the reasons they couldn't.
Welcome back, Rahab.
Why is the hotkeys not working?
Because it's not on OBS.
Oh. Why didn't you say so? How do I do anything? Oh, there we go.
Okay. Seems to be much taller.
What was I saying though? I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, the whole reason I couldn't get my correct meds is because they apparently went from, like, it was on these old meds and they were $20, and then they wanted to switch it to an extended release, which made it like $200 plus. So that's a class thing, right? That's the nobility. I don't. Hey, it's Wella. Wella's here too. Yay! They're here. I'm here. Hello, everybody. I'm just peeking in though, so I'm gonna go step out real quick.
I'm also
Hey,
peeking
Rehab.
in.
Hey, Maya. Oh, you're mic'd. Cool.
Hi, everybody.
It's cold in here.
It is very chilly. How are you able to withstand
Want the heat up?
Yeah, I would love the heat up. I'm sitting over the griddle. It's helping a little bit.
Okay.
That should do it.
Rehab. Hi, look at all those hearts. Maya. Hi, honey. Oh my goodness, this is so sweet. What time is it?
It's like 1:30 or something.
Yeah, time's not real.
It's 1 o'clock of whatever time in the hour it is.
Minute.
If it's like, I think it's like 1:50 or something. I don't know.
1:34.
1:34. I was close. Hi, Bobby in the shop.
Bobby in the shop.
All right.
Bobby in the shop.
Oh, it is cold in here. I got goosebumps. I'm gonna go back to what I was doing, but give me a shout when you're flipping.
For sure.
Okay. Y'all behave.
Maya, you're the best. Okay, you got it. You got it, sweetness. And I found out that I can't play Among Us on my Mac. Don't know why. Just can't. But we'll play someday. I promise. So I'll be back, y'all, after he's done with his nerd jokes.
Okay, yeah, this type is a little bit better. It's gonna be easier to read too. Among Us is good stuff. We've been talking for a while about getting a big Pancakes game together, streaming it. So yeah, this type is a lot better. Jeremy, I think this was a good suggestion. With pancakes like this, I think part of what makes people like them is just the fact that I'm doing it, like taking the time to actually get this to read. If the penalty for a crime is a fine, then that law only exists for the lower class, those who can't afford to pay the fine. I'm going to frame this, put it on my own wall. There we go. I feel much better about that line than I did before. I'm going to go very slowly. Woke pancakes. Stuff like this, I think there's a lot of propaganda and a lot of intentional misinformation that gets spread around by all kinds of well-meaning institutions and places that have all the incentive in the world to make sure that people don't think about the nature of class, the nature of power, the nature of the lives we're leading under the current social order, which is essentially global, right? Like almost every part of the world has the same kind of economic considerations and incentives baked into our daily lives where, you know, like, you gotta work. If you would like to eat food, you have to work. You don't usually have a lot of decisions about how you work. Even me, as freaking incredibly blessed and fortunate as I am, I gotta make money. I can't just stream all the time yet, because the stream itself isn't making me money. And so there's a lot of time and energy that I have to put into doing things that I don't necessarily have any real reason to do. But, you know, even if it makes my carbon footprint worse, even if it spends resources that don't actually need to be spent, even if, you know, it's making me sick or hurting my mental health or something, like, and I'm very blessed that the work I do is so fun. But it's like part of the reason that I do have to work so hard is because it's prohibitively expensive to own a home, and so I have to rent. And it's prohibitively expensive to purchase a car, and so I have to go in debt to have that car. But if I don't have that car, I can't get to the place where I earn the money to afford the home. So I gotta go into debt for that car. And this and that and this and that and this and that and the other. All that stuff comes together, and you end up just having a whole world basically run on passive reactions. Passive reactions. It's too big for any one of us to challenge what's going on by ourselves, and so we get swept up in it and rationalize it and justify it and ignore it and play video games to escape it, and because we don't feel like we can really do anything about it. In a lot of cases, in a lot of senses, it's true, we can't. It's a lot bigger than any individual person, and you just got to do what you got to do to get by. But I think in another sense, we have a lot more power to influence it than, you know, the people who stiffed Wiegraf would want us to believe. And maybe I'm just a goofy optimist, but I think it's conversations like this, you know? Like if I talk about this stuff, and this stays on the internet and influences the way even one other person thinks or communicates, changes the way they think about themselves in the context that they're in. I mean, that one person changing the way they think will inevitably change the way the world unfolds. And I think that if there is ever a lasting, meaningful revolution that actually results in a social order that is a little bit more sensible and sustainable than the suicidal death cult we're all taking part in right now, that it will come about through that process. You know, I think in the past people have made the mistake of thinking, oh, if I'm just violent enough, I can overthrow the power structure and impose one that does it right. But I think even then, you know, like, even if you do that, that's happened in the past. And those systems are just as susceptible to corruption. Those systems are just as susceptible to human spiritual decay as every other one that has ever come before. And so if your revolution is not focused on the source of that spiritual decay, it will not result in the ideal that you're shooting for. You have to ground any kind of revolutionary thought has to be grounded in, I think, the human spirit. I think it has to be grounded in acting out of love and compassion instead of greed and fear, acting out of a sense that there is enough, that there is an abundance, instead of out of the sense that there isn't enough and you have to get yours. All the twisted things that our systems currently do, they do them because everybody taking part in them is rationalizing their participation out of a sense of survival. Every single person that's taking part in, like, for instance, the stock market. Like the people, I think when it comes to publicly traded companies, it's really easy to look at the CEO of a company as this figurehead who is responsible for all that the company does. And in some cases, that's essentially correct. But also, that person can be removed if a majority of the shareholders in a company want to remove them because they're not getting them returns on their investments or whatever. And so you have this sort of decentralized, disinterested community of people, of investors, indirectly deciding how corporations conduct their affairs and what the main goal of these systems is. And then you have the CEOs who have, managed to eke out some small amount of power in this mad world, trying to appease those shareholders so they don't lose their job because, it seems like it's better to have $1 billion than not to. And so they probably don't feel like they're in control, or certainly not like they are still bound by the incentives of the system. And all the people who sit in the cubicles, in the fossil fuel offices and stuff, they are justifying their participation because it's better than not having that job, and it's got their benefits, and they have to look out for their family. And if they didn't have this job, then they wouldn't be able to look out for their family. And so you just have this gigantic pyramid. Well, I hope that's not too dark. You just have this gigantic pyramid of people, all following very understandable and arguably reasonable incentives that just so happen to come together on a large enough scale to produce the circumstances that threaten all human life on Earth through climate change or nuclear proliferation or austerity, whatever it happens to be. You have all these people passively participating in a system because they don't feel like they have any control and they don't feel like there's anything better to do. Unable to recognize, if only due to the depth of their fear, that it is that fear that produces the circumstances that make them so afraid in the first place. If suddenly tomorrow, every single person that works or is complicit in a system of evil or destruction out of a sense of self-preservation or survival, if every single person that worked in those systems tomorrow was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm willing to die. Death is temporary. I don't need this. If everybody suddenly found that strength of character tomorrow, all the institutions that produce these awful circumstances would collapse. Because they don't come from anywhere except us. They don't come from anywhere except the stories we tell ourselves about what they are and how they work. And so if we just started telling different stories about them, well, they would lose a lot of that power. And that's my theory anyway. That's my theory of revolutionary change, is that, like, it's not going to come from violently overthrowing systems and replacing them. It's not going to come from asking the system itself politely, because it doesn't give a shit. It's not that intelligent. If it was intelligent, it would be looking out for the future of the planet a little bit more, but it's either not that intelligent or absolutely suicidal. So in my mind, the only real way to produce the kind of social change that we desperately need in this world kind of social change that makes people feel seen and heard and respected and cared for, that we are perfectly capable of if we would stop BSing ourselves about what we are and are not capable of. The only way to see it is to talk. It's to communicate. It's to level up our emotional and spiritual intelligence. Become fulfilled, healthy, whole people independent of our material circumstances. Find a way to get in touch with the divine spark that exists in all of us, and then using that relationship with the divine as sort of a jumping off point that'll allow us to challenge the paradigm, build our businesses a little differently. Maybe I don't need to take all the money that my company makes and put it in a house that is bigger than I need. Maybe I can help the people that I care about get paid more. Maybe I can spend that money on experiences and my own growth and the growth of others. Maybe I can invest in other people. Maybe I can, like, maybe this goofy ass game we play of, I don't even know what to call it. Just nothing ever being enough is self-fulfilling, and we have to challenge that if we want anything to get better. I don't know, I'm kind of rambling at this point. I think I finished the typography here, so. There's a sort of a mottled texture on this thing. This is a long one. Misty, when events start again, will you stop doing this stream? I sure frickin' hope not. I have no real interest in stopping this stream. I love this more than just about anything else that I've been doing. I think that this brown might actually be the best. Yeah, okay. I love this stream a lot, and I've really been thrilled to watch it grow and change over the last couple of months. I do not really want to do, I'll be totally honest. I don't really want to go back to doing events. I know Ben does. Ben really enjoyed the travel. Ben got a lot out of it. I am not big on it. I think I got my fill. There was definitely some glamour when we first started doing events. And after a couple of years of it, it really wore off for me. Which isn't to say that I wouldn't do events again. I'd happily do events again. It's just, this is what I love. This stream, and like being able to sit here and draw long form and talk about the things I'm passionate about and just be myself and connect with people and sell preserved pieces. And I mean, even we are doing events, they're just all digital and I don't have to travel for them, which means that they don't really mess up my rhythm nearly as bad as they would have in the past. Because I don't have to go, to a hotel. I don't have to pack my suitcase. I just kind of drive to the studio and do a digital event. Kind of like what I'm doing right now. Oh gosh, please don't run out. This will look awkward as heck if this runs out. One moment, y'all. But yeah, so if and when events come back, I am hoping that other artists will take them and I can focus on continuing to do this because I think this is really important. I think this has more potential, honestly, than events do, like long term. Like events will pay you a good amount to come and show up. And it's, as a small business, we can't really turn that money down. But as I was just saying, it's like, that's not really the work I want to be doing. I feel like this work is a lot more fulfilling and empowering and rewarding because I have this real-time feedback from people who like me. I get to hang out. I get to take my time. I don't have to, there's so many advantages, and I just want to find a way to build this into something profitable because I have to. Yeah, this is going to run out. It's going to run out any second now. I can feel it. There it goes. But you know what? Steaks are delicious. We're gonna fudge that to give it a little bit more texture. I was looking for that texture anyway. Okay. I have no intention to stop, so don't sweat it, y'all. I'll stop streaming when I'm dead. Hopefully it won't be anytime soon, yeah? If I keep talking about this anti-capitalist nonsense, somebody will come and execute me. So we'll see. It needs to be a little bit darker. All right, first pancake, Wiegraf. This is a weird one. It's a good suggestion, Jeremy. Appreciate that. All right, let's kick this on. Finish this off. Okay, good. It's just a little bit lighter. Pretty close, though. Pretty close. It'll be... Hopefully it won't look too distinct. Okay. Ordering. And backing. All right, so how's everybody doing in there? We're getting to the fun part, yeah? Covering this goofy Final Fantasy Tactics reference. Pancake batter. A little bit of back there. All right, so while that cooks, I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
I came to check in what was going on, and there's no one here. What? What the doodah? Did he go to the bathroom? Oh, Dana does need to record the clip. Dana. He's in the bathroom now, but time to record the clip. What a goober. Just left y'all alone to fend for yourself.
I had to go to the bathroom. What can I say? I'm a human being. I have bodily functions.
Yay.
Hi,
Claps
everybody.
all around. Had a good time.
I don't know what I'm making next yet. I need to make like a landscape or something for this super secret media thing that's going on. So if y'all have a suggestion for like settings or landscape things I should do, that'd be cool. And you had a suggestion that I'm probably going to work on after that.
Yeah. Ooh, it's a surprise. I know what it is. None of you know what it is. It's so cool. I kind of want to tell you now that I said that. It's not secret.
So Dana, for this TikTok, this silly TikTok, I'm gonna flip it, and you should go to it, and then just go to my face, and I'm just gonna say the line deadpan,
Okay.
and that's gonna be it. That's the gag.
Okay.
If the penalty for a crime is a fine, then that law only exists for the lower class.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Assuming I spelled it right. All right, you ready, y'all?
Mm.
Ready
Urban
when you
City
are.
would be cool, Maya.
3, 2, 1. If the penalty for a crime is a fine, then that law only exists for the lower class.
Thanks.
Is that good?
I guess so.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Was it?
That's a goofy ass pancake. It's so
I
silly.
really like. I don't know if that was on purpose to have this part lighter and this part darker, but I love
It
it.
was
'cause
not
it
on
looks,
purpose.
'cause it looks like a weird JPEG, weird
Yeah.
compressed JPEG.
This is my compressed JPEG pancake.
Why'd you make that brown?
Cuz? Would you made it gray?
Well, it's gray in the picture.
Guess it's kind of gray. It's a brown gray.
No, it's gray.
You know, it's a brown gray.
What part
Dan
of this
basically
is
turns
brown?
all the pancakes he makes with a saturation filter up to 15.
Yeah.
I didn't ask you in here.
Yeah, you did.
I wasn't done talking.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, you were.
I'm fired. Fired up. Cassie, hello.
Hi, Cassie.
I mean, I wish my name was Willis. I love Bruce Willis.
I think it was
What you talking
Willa
about, Willis?
is back. I'm so tired all
No,
the
I appreciate it,
time.
Cassie. It's just Wella though. Just Wella.
Mm.
So there we go.
Wella. Very cool. So so Maya suggested urban landscape, which would be neat.
Mhm,
You could do a Miyazaki landscape.
Mm,
I know you like that genre.
that is a good idea.
Miyazaki landscape would be ambitious, but very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to try and do my own spin on it.
Are there aspects of the landscape, like you want a mountain? Are you wanting some happy trees? Are you wanting some dystopian moss-covered buildings?
Well,
Just do the
what
garden
would
from
make it?
Arietti.
Oh,
That would
just
kick my butt.
a little garden landscape, like from Princess Kaguya. She makes her little garden look like a little mountaintop.
Could be
I don't know
cool.
if you've seen that movie. It's very good. Makes
Super
you cry.
sad.
Super sad.
You should try a palette that you haven't done before. You've done a few landscapes at this point.
Succulent landscape would be cool. That
the
would be a-
trees are succulents. I hope it's cool if I don't film this.
You know I don't care if you ever film any of them, right?
I said I wasn't going to film this, and you told me to.
I said
Checkmate.
that's not what I said.
Yeah, you did.
No, Dana, you try and film every single one I make, and I'm like, bro, you
I
don't
literally
have to.
said I wasn't going to film this one. You're like, no, it's a good TikTok. And I was like, will it? And you're like, yes. And I was like,
All right.
I don't think so. And you were like, I
Hey,
will
hey,
beat you up. And
hey.
I said, this is threatening.
I'm gonna get back to work.
Okay.
I love you.
He didn't threaten to beat me up. I was being satirical. He's mad at me. I'm going to go. You can tell he's mad because he's showing his teeth.
I just laugh to hide the pain.
Are you in pain?
So much.
Sounds like a personal issue.
Dana?
I'm going to go.
Oh my God.
The overhead.
Get out of here. I'm canceled. The
Ooh,
shapely teeth.
is that too much? That's probably too much.
No, that's not too much.
Would you like this, or would you
Send
like
me
something
that.
more landscape?
Email that, will you?
Yeah.
To, not to me.
Pancake? Hank?
Sorry, y'all. I'm not trying to stream all of our email addresses and stuff. We try to be goofy. Goofy as heck. Goofy as heck. Goofy as heck. Goofy as heckity heck. Goofy as heck. Goofy as heck. What's up? Oh. All right, what am I gonna do? Gingerbread house. Hi, Andy. How you doing? Cassidy suggested a gingerbread house. I've got a reference image coming in the email right now. See if this will refresh.
Dan being a mim?
I don't know what that is.
What is that, Maya? What's a mim? Hello, Andy. Dan, remember Hank's spooky entrance one time during the stream?
Oh, look at that. That's a nice reference image. Thank you so much for finding that, Willa.
Welcome.
I'm gonna use that.
Thank you, Maya, for the suggestion. Who knows this artist who made this picture?
Probably. We use, are you in the Pancakes Discord?
No.
All right, back to work. What's up, Phoenix? And yes, Andy, these are pancakes in the frames behind me. Monster in the Story just pulled the blanket off of someone. You're not listening to Magnus Archives, are you? Mimes. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Maya, it's M-I-M-E. If you put the E after that M-I-M, it spells mime. I know what you're talking about. I am putting myself into a box, except mimes don't talk, so I'm kicked out of mime school. But yes, all the pancakes on the wall behind me are preserved pancakes. Most of the pancakes we make on this stream are going to end up preserved as well, especially when we take a really long time on them. But yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm probably gonna give it my own flavor, my own twist, just so that it's all above board and such. This is a pretty reference image.
Yeah, I think the threat of monsters learning to remove our blankets is just as powerful as cats gaining thumbs.
I'll watch that. Gotta watch that.
Or raccoons gaining thumbs, for that matter, honestly.
I'm gonna square this off right now so that I don't get too carried away.
Misty is asking you a question.
What is your best gift you got for Christmas, Dan? Ever? Oy. Quite a question. I think the best gift I ever got someone for Christmas was my cat. It wasn't like exactly on Christmas Day or anything, but it was sort of a Christmas gift from me to Hannah, who was my fiance at the time and is now my wife. And Fib is a constant source of joy and happiness in our lives. So that was pretty positive. I also have really fond memories of getting like just so many damn booster packs of Pokemon cards when I was like 7. If somebody's into like a trading card game like Magic or Pokemon or something, like booster packs are such a great gift. Because you can just buy them like 20, 50, 100. And they will sit there and they will open those cards. And every single one of them is like a heart-stopping experience. Because you never know when you're going to pull that rare foil Dark Charizard Pokemon card. All the kids on the school bus are going to be so jealous. You're going to feel so cool. I actually still cultivate that emotion. Because I play Magic the Gathering now and have only played it for about probably 2 years. It would have been years and years and years and years and years and years and years since I'd played any game like it. But that feeling is still alive and well, you know? You go to the store, you buy some booster packs. And before you know it, oh my gosh, I said, well, I got a full art foil stolen by the Fae. Rah! Whatever it happens to be, you know. Insert kid noises here. Superpower do you wish you could have? Telepathy and telekinesis are both good suggestions. I don't know if I'd want telepathy, honestly. Like the idea of being able to hear other people's thoughts. I get the appeal. Well, I guess it's not necessarily being able to hear so much as it's being able to communicate by thought, which is kind of cool. That's pretty neat. I can get behind that. That's more of a green outline, huh? Flight would always be cool. Flight would be cool. Invisibility would be cool. I think honestly though, if I had a smorgasbord of options and could get any superpower I wanted, I would want to have just a steel trap for a memory. I would want to be able to like read books and have all of that information stay in my brain for instant recall. I'd like to be able to turn into a human database. Ugh, it would make my life so much easier. That kind of like super intelligence, I think, would be... I love reading books. I love learning new things about the world. And one of the things I wish wasn't the case is that when I learn new stuff, it's really, really easy for that stuff to like fall out of my brain. And I forget it. Because I didn't practice enough or didn't talk enough about it, didn't do any recall, whatever. And so like I'll learn these really cool facts, and like the broad things usually stay intact. The large scale ideas, I'm like, oh yeah, did you know that this thing happened at some point? But like the specifics of it they always become elusive after a little while. They always get to a point where you're like, I have to look it up to remember. But if I could just like whip out some facts and like know them all for sure by heart, without having to waste my life trying to memorize specific little factoids and stuff. Watch out, world. Dan's coming through. He's about to drop some real info on you. Some intel. A real gentleman. Yeah, I'd like that a lot. I like the color patterns here. See if I can do justice to them. My mic just in time for that. 70 minutes. Wow. Yeah, that last one took me quite a while for sure. Just vibing. Pancake vibes. Talking about pancake vibes. This one's gonna be challenging. Lots of highlighting I need to focus on to make this really translate the way I really want it to. Very kind of like mandalas. Okay, now I need to come back through, kick some highlights into gear here. Lindo. That means beautiful, doesn't it? Thanks for dropping in there, Nani. chaotic with my coloring over here. I think it'll be okay. Nice little succulent screenshot here. Is Wella going to make... Oh, first off, good night, Misty. Sorry if I missed you. Really appreciate you. Thank you for dropping in and giving us fantastic questions like you usually do. It's always wonderful to see you in the chat. Kylie asked for the Among Us pancakes, and we have done some Among Us. In fact, I think there are... Yep, there's an Among Us pancake on the wall right behind me that I can show off. I'm not going to do any Among Us today, because I've already done it so many times. But, yeah, you can actually buy Among Us pancakes from the dayofcakes.com website if you are interested. And I believe we are in the process of doing a Black Friday sale, so we've got all kinds of cool stuff going on right now. If you really love Among Us and want to get a pancake to celebrate your love for it, here's one. Here's one that I did. Go to the overhead here. Oh, yeah, there it goes. Pretty simple. So when we do these preserved pancakes, we extract the moisture from the pancakes with a freeze dryer, then we seal it with what's called Mod Podge or craft glue, and then we sink it into tabletop resin. So that's why it's shiny like that. That looks like glass. That's actually resin. It goes in this frame, and you can make anything you want preserved forever. We love the fact that we're able to do this now. There's a couple new things that looks like are in the store today. We can even do little tiny pieces like this. It's just a little one up or a little power up mushroom. You know, real small. It's not very big at all. It's like you know, if I hold it next to this pancake, you can see just how small this one is. Very cute stuff. All that stuff you can do. Anything you can dream of. We also do portraits. We do pictures of loved ones, memorial pancakes, freestyles, and most of the pancakes that we make on the Joy of Pancakes stream end up preserved for all time. So, welcome back, Phoenix. Nani, thank you. Você fala português? Eu sou que lindo es português para por beautiful. Eu não falo bem português, mas estou aprendendo. Watch you not even speak Portuguese. Hello. Welcome back. Well, was back. Somebody asked, Cassie asked if you were going to make a pancake today.
I don't know. I could.
Can if you want
Before you
to.
make your final one, or I don't know what part, what time you're at. So.
Yeah. I just kind of feel it out, you know?
Yeah.
In Portuguese. I have forgotten almost everything I knew about Portuguese. But there's somebody in the chat, Noni Alex, who was like, it's too bad I don't understand English because it's a really cool, beautiful stream. And so I tried to bring out some of the, I had to teach myself a little bit of Portuguese because I went to Brazil. Gosh, I wish I could say this in Portuguese for their benefit. Here we go. I'm going to flip this over.
Flip it, flip it, flip it.
3, 2, 1.
Ooh, look at that.
Lovely
So
and simple.
cute.
Simple and cute.
So precious. If I were to make something, it'd have to be even simpler.
Oh, then Kirby?
I mean, of the realm of Kirby would
Right.
work.
This one's really pretty.
Very pretty.
Obrigado.
Wow.
There you go. Want to take a picture with?
What are you going to take your picture? Take your
Not
picture.
gonna take it yet. I'll take a picture at the end so I can focus on the stream right now. You know I'm gonna have to do a. Hey, Jeremy, is that thing that I'm supposed to make a logo for? Is that live yet? Let me know in the chat, cause I'm so out of it. I've been face down in an Adobe Illustrator file for 600 years now. I don't know what's going on. But let me think. It is 2:30, so I've been going for an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going kind of slow. First one took me a while. I think I'll probably do one more, and then I have to finish it off with one. If you made a pancake, what would you want to make, Willa?
My grass. Like, that's the only thing that came to my head was grass.
Cool. All right.
Illustrator is very cool.
Yeah, Illustrator's handy. Well, do you want to like freestyle, like a little countryside or something like that?
Sure.
Yeah. Well,
Do you,
has made one pancake on stream with us because they're visiting until tomorrow is when you're leaving.
I'm leaving tomorrow.
Leaving tomorrow. I'm gonna miss you. But yeah, let me clean off some of these tips here, and we'll make you a countryside. Yes, it's still gonna have some residual heat from the last pancake, so rest your hand on that. Oh, you turned it way to the top. There you go.
Oh, I see now. I understand the style.
Yeah, there
Did
you
not
go.
understand for a very long time.
Misty, glad you waited for the flip. I know that you're getting ready to sign off, so I hope you get some good sleep, and we'll talk soon. You can get started. You can just...
Well, I guess I should make a border to start for sure.
We can keep it all under control. Give yourself a frame of reference.
Okay. Guess we're gonna stop there. I guess I could add a little bit more, make it a little wider. And then we're gonna go the doink.
Gotta give it the doink. Very good. Those are nice lines.
Yeah, you do it from the elbow.
Very good.
You do it from the wrist, you get that.
Yeah, I think I do it from the wrist.
Ooh, there goes the wrist, the
Oh, wow.
elbow. That's what I learned in industrial design school. You gotta do the
Industrial design.
elbow.
Your
to
mic's
make
on, yeah?
the nice. Dude, am I on?
Yeah, you are on. Cool. Just making sure. None of us have
Okay.
monitors, so we can't tell.
So, what I'm thinking is I want to do a grassy hill and a little cottage and a mountain and a little so from what I know about art is that you should start with the foreground first, especially with pancakes.
With pancake art, you got to start with the foreground first.
So
I think with painting, you tend to do like the background color first. Like Bob Ross would paint his whole canvases all one shade.
Why is it showing the old stuff?
Oh, the camera probably froze.
Oh, camera froze.
Well,
I do leave tomorrow. Yes, I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again.
Real quick, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go fix this.
So, all right, that's a hill. What a nice hill. Now we're gonna do some far away hills. See Dan do this all the time. So I am from Seattle. Originally came from Kansas, but I moved to Seattle and I really fell in love with mountains. I have only climbed one mountain, but I think they're pretty neat all the same. But unfortunately, Seattle right now is very sad. For like 5 months of the year, it's just dreary and miserable, and no one has any fun whatsoever. So we all kind of hate each other. But hopefully, it's not so bad because I got to come to St. Louis and get some sunlight and see some rad people. And got to make some freaking pancakes. Oops, that one is donezo. I'm gonna take this part of the green off. I want to add a little house. Right, this little house. What do I want? I want a little house right here. And then I just think I want a little house. To keep it simple.
Yeah, you just clicking on button there.
Sorry you can't see me do this stuff, but honestly, I'm missing a whole bunch. This is a pretty big house. I don't know. I need a towel. That's a dirty towel. I don't know where your towels are. I'm gonna take a paper towel.
All
right. Ooh.
Sorry if
Oh heck.
sorry if that got interrupted there, everybody. The OBS crashed. But hopefully we're back now. It looks like we are. Sorry about that. We had a camera freeze, and so Hank and I went to go into studio mode to fix that, and then I tried to take it out of studio mode, and I guess the computer was just like, dude, Let me get these cameras rebooted. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Beautiful. Wonderful. It looks like we didn't actually resend to any platforms though, so that's cool. Which is, that's one thing I'm always worried about is cluttering up people's notifications with, oh, stream's live, stream's live, stream's live. But sorry to interrupt you, Willa. You can continue your meandering dialogue about this beautiful cottage you're making.
I need a cottage.
Maya says that you're going to be the next Pancakes artist.
That's cute. Threatened. Dana threatened to send me home with a pancake kit, and that is very tempting, honestly.
Hold down the fort for us in Seattle.
Yeah.
Next time you can work for Bill Gates.
Next time I can work for Bill Gates, and he won't say a single thing to me. It's fine. We're not bitter.
Y'all become like best friends.
Oh my God, he would like me though. I'm so nice.
Yeah.
Except I would not like him for various political reasons I'm not going to mention on the live stream.
I spent the first half of the stream meandering about class politics, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Get into the 5G conspiracy.
Sometimes
That'd be good for our brand.
People with money should not make decisions for people they don't actually know or understand.
Yeah.
Is my thinking.
I agree. I think that's right.
I think that while intention might be there, ultimately it's caused more harm than good. Everyone wants to support your adventure, your ideas, but then all the other really good ventures get no support, and then all those other problems become bigger problems, and the thing that you were trying to solve is no longer a problem anymore, but for some reason you're allocating all the money. So it makes no sense.
Got him. Oh my gosh, wow, this is going to be so good.
So yeah, without a meadow, we're doing meadowy things.
Bloops. Clean as I go. Clean as you go, actually. You're going, I'm cleaning.
Wow, that's so special.
Teamwork. Teamwork. It makes the dream work.
I think I want a little garden. I'm going to do a little garden that's going over the hill.
Let's go in the garden.
You'll
find a DMCA takedown.
Yeah, that's real. That's true. I got to be mindful of what I reference.
Well, I mean, usually, like, I think it's an algorithm designed to like check the audio waveforms for, you know, infringements.
Can you give me a towel now?
Oh yeah, here. You want to tuck that?
I want a towel.
Front of that's kind of wet, so don't get it all over your jacket or whatever.
Can I have a new towel?
All right. I'll go get you a towel.
I like my clothes being clean as best as they can be. You know, y'all feel? Ooh, blue, boo, boo, doo. Ooh, we got a flower over there. Got a flower over yonder. Something I also really love about Seattle, or maybe it's just the Pacific Northwest, is that there are these really pretty windflowers that I had never known my entire life. And now I get to see them all the time, and I love seeing them come up in spring. But what I don't understand is the way they live and grow and die. It would make sense that the pod that they leave behind would be seeds, but it's not. I've broken one open. There are no seeds. There are no pods. It just is what it is. You know what?
There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
There. Isn't that like based on Amazon? Or maybe Amazon just became that.
Ba Sing Se?
Yeah. Because, okay, also living in Seattle, there's a lot of weird
tech stuff.
Just a lot of weird tech stuff. Like people charging ridiculous prices on rent. Or
classic tech stuff.
Not really understanding how to function as a community because everyone's a transplant. So there's a lot of that. A lot of people being like, Amazon is so good for the economy in Seattle. And it's like, well, is it? Is it though? Maybe it is. I'm not a money person. I actually have very little money. So I guess I can't say a lot about it, but I feel a lot about it. Wow, it is so easy just get on a brain toot You just keep it tootin' when you're doing pancake stuff.
I think that might be the ADD.
That's also very true. Today, we are on medication. Oh, these flowers are so bright.
Yeah.
Honestly, there is
gorgeous.
no rhythm. There is no destination. It's just a trying out the stuff and doing what it do be doing.
It's exciting.
Anyone like Portal? I love Portal. This blue and this red. Well, this is red. Whoops, that's red. I want orange. Blue and this orange makes me think of Portal a lot. No, there's not a party today. There was going to be a party, but then this week has been so long that we both were like, no party needed. Let's just be chill and low key. Because honestly, those are the things I miss most when I'm away.
Being chill and low key.
Being chill and low key. Have you ever just been chill and low key? This is a garden of bloops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bloop garden.
A bloop garden.
Do you want to set some of those?
Yeah. What?
Set them.
Set
You can
them.
put some heat into them so that they'll stay more solid, so they don't blend into one another. And blend into one another. And
Do I want to do that now before I start adding?
You can
green
set them a
stuff?
little bit. Yeah. What you can do is you can just turn that on for just a moment.
Uh-huh.
Don't want to leave it on for too long, but basically just long enough to firm those up, so that when you add those, it doesn't meld in too much.
Okay.
And I usually just kind of feel it out and then turn it off. And usually that tiny little bit of heat will often be enough to make them a little bit more solid. Because you got those really, the round shapes are really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very distinct from one another.
See, you do this thing where you add multiple greens to a thing, and then it comes out looking so cool.
Because they all kind of blend together a little bit.
I like looking cool. That's the Dan Cakes way, right?
Looking cool.
It's at a time tomorrow that's too early because it's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at least Dan gets to take me. Love that. Who's gonna cry? Me! I've already cried so many times. It's fine. It's okay.
It's good for the soul.
It's good to cry.
Got to keep those tear ducts lubricated.
Otherwise, they grow rusty, and then when you want to cry, you just can't. And then you're mad, and then you have to angry cry, and then you're like, fine, it took that much to freaking cry. Blech. Did anyone watch Babe? I loved Babe as a kid. That'll do, pig. That'll do. And he has this song, which I recently watched it, and I forgot how quick things go in this movie. But as a kid, you don't really notice pacing. Anyways, but pretty early, there's a song he sings to Babe because he's not feeling too hot, and I love that the tune of it. What is it? I was just singing it to myself. And then at the end of the movie, they play a snazzy version for their credits, because you always got to play the snazzy version of the theme song in the credits of a movie. Otherwise, how do you know you had a good time? And I love that. Love that to bits. Anyways, does anyone have any favorite movies? Probably. I'm actually intending on moving here. I'm planning on moving here like 2-3 years, maybe even sooner if Dan makes big money. But yeah. Hopefully I return. Why? Do you like me? Do you think I'm neat? Do you think I'm funny? I try. I really do. But I do enjoy. You'll see me in the streams. I often join from home because it's a way I can see Dan and see the crew do their thing. And also, it's a fun time. I love Joy of Pancakes, and I'm really excited for where this goes and how the community's going to grow and shift, change, and switch. I've been using a lot of this green because it's like my favorite green I see Dan use. Let's. All right, I'm gonna fill this all up, but something I like a lot about pancakes is all the texture. And if Becca was here, she would be like, "Yo, you're doing that abstract texture." And I'd be like, "Yeah, I am. At least I'm trying something out." This is about like pointillism, I would say. I'm not being very accurate about it. But hey, things I like to talk about, movies. What are things y'all like to talk about or hear about? They asked me if I'm going to come back. I thought that was very sweet.
I hope so.
I intend so. Man, it would suck if I didn't. It'd be okay though. I'd survive. Alright, I'm not going to spend all this time on this front meadow, but I am going to spend a great deal of time on this meadow because
It's the front meadow.
It's the front meadow. It gets a lot of attention. It makes the other meadows jealous.
I like your stepping stones.
Thank you. I don't know. I'm going to see how that looks. Okay. Alright, I think I want to add a general green on the back, but I've done these. And now if I add this one, would that be too dark?
It's pretty dark.
It is pretty dark.
You could.
I could wait and then do this green.
Our process doesn't darken them well enough for that to really matter. I was gonna say you could do a yellow or a gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could either use that or that one.
That's not green, is it? Ooh, my art brain. I thought that was like a really limey
Are you talking
green.
about this?
Yeah, it looks so green next
Close
to these
enough.
other greens.
They're right next to each other.
Oh. Alright, let's add some more oranges. Some more of these. Just bigger blocks. Bigger splotches. Oh, actually, it would make sense within the path for there to be a lot of this. Oh, that's the house color. We're here now. It's okay. Doesn't really matter. This is for fun and gags. What is this censor safe version of poops and giggles? Is it just poops and giggles?
Butts and buddies.
Butts and buddies.
That path looks great. Either that or it looks like the house lost its lunch.
Yeah. I puke up pretty colors.
Actually,
What?
yeah, I think what might make the most sense, do a little bit more of those yellows,
Uh-huh.
just to like create a little more contrast between those green, and then I would fill with this light green.
Okay.
Just a little bit of flavor.
We like flavor. We like Flavor Town a lot. It's a great town. We're gonna cover that with yellow. Hopefully that helps
Very good.
contrast that a bit more. Okay. All right. You know what? I think I'm ready for that green.
This is gonna be so colorful. I love your mountains.
Thank you. I'm gonna do clouds too, but I was like, I'm gonna wait a second. Let's see how much I can cram into one image. All right, so on this next hill, it can't just be a frickin' hill, you know? You feel like it has to be something on that hill. So I was gonna draw a little cow.
A little cow?
A little cow.
Ah.
We're gonna see how that goes.
Cows are good people.
Cows are good people. Oh, I was gonna sing a Disney song, but let's not.
Stream canceled.
But if you know what I might have been referencing in my brain head. My head is made of bread. Rigoletto. What the heck is that? I am so curious now. It's a 93 movie and there's other versions of it. I'll have to watch. Is there something about it that you really like? Because my favorite thing with movies is I'm just gonna do a regular cow because that's easy to read. But my favorite thing about movies is, and it's gonna have a little golden bell because that's precious. So let's start with the eye. No, it's not gonna have eyes. It's too far away.
Just a blob.
It's just a blob. Favorite thing about movies is the art direction, how they use the framing, how they cut from scene to scene, how they make you feel. If a movie doesn't make you feel anything, it messed up.
Yes.
So even the ones that maybe could have done a little better in some areas, as long as I cried, that's all I really care about. That's not very distinct. I just wanted horn. I guess I'll have ears instead. This is gonna be a weird shaped cow.
Just make it tiny. Nobody will know the difference. Mm.
That's this little bell. And then let's do the black spot. Yeah, that black is just just like that. Hey, stop it. Thank you. Get some help. Y'all know that Michael Jordan advert during the start of the drug wars? Nah? Okay, I'll tell you then. So back in the day, they were like, you know what? Drugs aren't cool. People should stop thinking they're cool. When in reality, I have some feelings about it being pushed into the communities, but anyway, we're here. But they were trying to get people to not do the drugs. So they had someone like Michael Jordan go on the screen, and he said, just say no, stop it, get some help. And I quote that reference all the gosh darn time because it's absolutely hilarious to just say that to somebody who is struggling with an addiction, because that's not an option. Ooh, this is stuck. I'm here to talk about controversial things and cause problems, okay?
And I'm all out of problems.
Yeah. Oh, problems. Let me tell you about a math problem. One time I was hosting this really big event. Yeah, stop glooping, not my gloobin. Hosting this big event because I was moving away to Seattle and I wanted to feed all the people. And so all the people were like 45, maybe 60. I can't really remember at this point. But what required of me for this party was to go buy all the food. And of that food, I had to get 70 ears of corn. It was the most corn anybody had ever bought from that particular grocery store. So they let me take home the entire plastic rack. And my friend could not stop laughing at the fact that I am what math problems joke about. Because who the heck needs 70 ears of corn? I did. And it was a really great time. So if you ever need 70 ears of corn, trust your gut and get it. You know what? That's not good. We don't need pale little footsies. This cow is footless. But that looks like a cow, right? Maybe it looks like a dog. Ooh, actually, you know what? This is now my dog. My dog died recently, and it was really sad, but it's okay. She needed to die. It was that time. And I used to call her my little cow. So it's very fitting that I did a little cow. Huh. All those who are watching, really appreciate you being here. Hope this is fun to hear me ramble and draw weirdly long-legged cows. Okay, we're going to speed up this grass process though. So this one is this green. So I'm going to do a bunch of little tufts of green. I might throw some yellow flowers in there, but that's not a tuft. That's not a tuft. Okay. I don't think I could do tufts. I can only do single strands. That's the YouTubes. Listening counts for sure. I mean, 'cause that's mostly what I'm doing, and is the talking business. Really good at that stuff. You thought Darren was good at talking? Oh boy. Oh, thank you. I will definitely have to go back and click that that link, so I appreciate you sharing that. Okay, that's grass. Some yellow flowers for a little cow friend. Everyone likes flowers. Man, I hope those legs don't look whack as heck when we flip this. Okay.
They might.
They
and it's
might.
fine.
This is true.
Oh, that's gonna be so cute. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
You said per second.
Mhm. But you want it to so like I can still touch that, so it's not gonna cook
Oh.
anything. Yeah, you got a little batter on. It's okay. It washes out. But once this has a little bit of heat, basically I can't touch it anymore comfortably. Yep, right about there. Turn it back off.
I just don't want to wash this jacket, okay? I've got my reasons. Okay. Anyway, sleeves go up. My sleeve was mildly
Pancake batter.
protecting me.
To remember me by.
Ow.
Ah.
As if I'll ever forget. Oh. Alright, so we got a cow on this hill. What are we going to do on the next hill? Well, it's a really far away hill. So maybe just more meadow?
Maybe a couple of dots. A couple of little colored blue and purple dots for flowers, and then dark green fill.
Yeah. Less grass detail, because you can't see the grass that
That's
well
right.
far away.
That's right.
I guess I could. No, there's not enough space. A water feature. You always need a water feature. Alright, that cow is...
You could have like a river coming around right there, and kind of double back.
Say that. Show me again.
Just like a little river, like right coming around that corner right there, and just.
Let's do it.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's
Perfect.
great.
Not too much, not too little. Just right.
Okay, and then do these and you. You have to go all the way to this hill to get the blue flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a method? No. No method.
Just madness. Very good.
I mean, maybe there's still some residual heat from before.
And I'd use this. Oh, you're gonna give it some more texture. Because I used the darkest green.
You used the darkest green?
Just to give it contrast from the other two hillsides.
Yeah, that's good.
Perfect.
Gonna wait a second, or two, or three. Okay, cool. And then I think I'm gonna do a couple little trees on the mountain. Ooh, a couple of trees on the mountain, and then fill that in. It's not really trees, individuals. It's more like tree packs. They're families. They don't like being alone. There we go. And I'm actually gonna keep this green. How's it going? Still going strong. It's fine.
It's coming together.
I'm not.
You gonna do snow caps?
You have to. Oops, I clearly.
Because we got white as well.
Yeah.
Like actual white. Oh, this is gonna be nice. Look at you go. You're pro.
You add all the little things. You gotta learn something from watching so many of these, you know.
Is this what it's like to watch pancake art?
Wow. I missed that one.
That's okay. Mistakes are delicious.
And then this back one is not even gonna get any detail because it's so far away. You can't really. Ooh, is this the same gray? I think this has
There's
to be
two
it.
grays. There's a dark gray and
Yeah.
there's a light gray.
Okay. I'm going to add.
Nice.
Yeah, I wear rings. They don't mean much. I'm a fidgeter, so my rings are for fidgeting purposes, not to show like marriage. Marriage. I don't know if I'll ever actually do that thingy, but you know, fidgeting's cool. We all love a good fidget. Okay, before I this dark gray, I'm gonna cover this one up. I want to do just gray. Just like, would it be
Use some
okay if
blues.
this whole thing
Use
is gray?
blues. I'd use dark blues with the grays. Blues and grays seem to always kind of, even some of that lighter blue too.
This one?
Yeah, as long as you don't put it too close to the water there, so that it stays. Or maybe even purples.
Let's add some purples into this.
Yeah.
I can talk about my rings, but I'm currently sitting on that arm, so. One of my rings, this one that I wear on my thumb is a ring that I do believe I stole from my mother, lovingly stole from my mother.
Sorry, Mom.
Is just like something that reminds me of her, but it's also my favorite ring because it's not actually a circle. It fits perfectly onto my thumb, and it never causes me any problems. This ring is chunkier. I got it at a clothing swap. And I really like it because I like the shapes. The engravings inside say it was made in Mexico, so I also like that, as I have a lot of memories of Mexico, not having lived there, but visiting. And so it's also a really great one to fidget with. It's also very big and chunky, and I like the texture on it. But it fits both my thumb and my ring finger. And I will sometimes move it to another finger, like my pinky, and just fidget with it there. Yeah, we like a good fidget. Whose mountains are these? The colors.
And I think on the far right there, or you can use dark gray. That's perfect.
What are you gonna say though?
There's a slightly different shade of dark blue / indigo over there.
Oh.
But yeah, this looks cool.
Hope it does. It will. It'll just be a lot of colors, and that's what I like.
Color.
It's kind of funny to me that I think Dan's so neat because it's something you might not know about him is that he's very minimalist. Most of his wardrobe is predictable, and he likes to live color by gray. But when you see him make art, it's very full of color and passion and life, and I think that's really where it matters because it has meaning to it for him. Sorry, talking about you while you're here, but
Hi.
I'm all about color. My entire wardrobe has color. My room is filled with stuff and clutter and nonsense and this dude,
This
individual just makes my heart go all types of a flutter. So I'm thinking I want to do a gradient up, gradient up of blues.
Up into darker sky?
I think so. I think that makes most sense.
Yeah. So yeah, I would just use these 3.
Okay.
And what I would normally do is I would just kind of do like math. Just kind of like do like a start down here, and you might actually want to outline all those across, but then just do, after you've outlined the top there, just kind of do little loose, you know, loose back and forth lines, and then I would skip this color and do that the same thing from the top, and then fill everything else in with that.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I don't think I need that outline.
Okay, yeah, do what you want to do.
Because there's so little space, you know. I mean, I'm going to outline with this blue, but yeah.
Makes it pop.
Pop, tropic.
But yeah, you could even not go back with the light blue and just do that outline and then...
Just do the 2 blues. Maybe even do purple. What is it? What are you? I guess is that
kind of a purpley blue.
Is this darker than that? Looks like it. Looks like they're kind of the same.
I think
honestly.
this one's a little bit lighter.
It's really hard to
Just a
tell.
tiny bit. I mixed those colors funny.
Okay. And I'm going outside the lines here.
Breaking the rules. I can wipe that away if you want me to.
Yeah. Okay. Would that be too wild?
Try it, I don't care.
I don't know. We're gonna have pink in our sky. Would that make sense?
I think it's as long as it helps to have like an intermediary color with it.
Yeah.
If you are gonna do something more dramatic like that.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one, bud. Doot. I'm just going on the same freaking line.
Wonder what it would look like. You could try it.
I could try it, and then we'll know.
Life is short. Go nuts.
Yes. Oh, hi Anna the hyena.
Oh,
Thank
wait.
you, Casey.
You know what would actually look really nice with all that? Purple.
Purple.
Purple would round that out. Nice sort
Thank you, Casey. Love that encouragement. Okie dokie. Okay, I don't know. I'm going back and forth. I just need to fill up holes here. And I want to back my own pancake. I'll let you do it last time. I wanted to do that myself. Not this time, sir. Okay.
Solid there, champ.
So I first need to outline.
I usually do the outline with white.
Foot. So serious. Oh, I didn't breathe. Woo! No. Finger, don't ruin everything. You're ruining everything. Everything is ruined. Okay, I fixed it.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Thank you for your patience, y'all. I've never done a freestyle pancake before.
This is your second piece of pancake art ever.
This is true. No. Excuse me, friends. No, no, no. Okay. Okay. We can do this. We are capable.
Strong, independent pancake artists who don't need no pan. It's a griddle, not a pan. Second and a half, Jeremy mentioned there was the collaborated mushroom house. That is correct.
This is correct.
This is pancake
Someone's
two.
keeping track of the canon material of pancakes.
Thank goodness.
There's so much. Okay,
Our
that's done.
archivist.
Now, do you do a pancake border?
Well, now I would kick the griddle on to 200 degrees.
And this is the indicator?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit past that.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, right about there is perfect. And then I would take the plain batter, and I just kind of try not to go over the edges, but I just kind of try to drizzle across the back until a good amount of that is covered. Gives it a little bit more body, holds it together a little bit more, makes it a little less fragile on the flip. Thanks in there, turning the saw on and off and making the power fluctuate. Building frames. Apparently we got a bunch of commissions coming in because of our Black Friday sale, and looking forward to that. The Pancake cinematic universe has taken up many a moleskin notebook.
Beautiful.
Phoenix says 200 is a big number. Did one of us mention 200, or is Phoenix just saying things?
Trying to think. Did I say 200? Did I say 200?
I don't know. Did you?
Did you say
I
200?
can't recall.
I cannot recall.
Can't recall the last time I said 200, except when I was referring to Phoenix saying 200 is a big number. It's not that big in the grand scheme of things.
Have you done 200 of anything?
I've done 200 pancakes.
I definitely have taken 200 gasps of air.
200 degrees.
Oh,
Got us there,
yeah.
Phoenix.
Whew. Math. I was really thinking math. I was like, did we add something together? Man, I used to love math as a kid, and then school made it not fun. And then because school made it not fun, it made me not want to do it anymore.
Yeah, it makes it really like anxiety inducing.
Mm-hmm.
Because they put you in this unnatural environment and put all this pressure on you to learn a thing that is super cool when you really look at what it's doing, but just turning into a shame game.
Shame game. We love a good shame game.
We love a good shame game. Shame game, shame game.
Wow, what kind of math? My favorite math was geometry because it had to do with physical things.
Yeah. Do you want to try and carve this yourself?
I've definitely also eaten 200 pizza rolls. Yes. Do I carve now?
Mm-hmm. What you're going to do, yeah, you sort of gently work your way underneath.
You don't seem ready.
Yeah, let me see. Let me show
You
you.
don't seem ready. Oh,
You got to push past that lip a little bit, and then
Push
kind of work
past.
your way around the edge.
Push
like that.
past your lip.
Yeah.
You should frame this one, Wella, and ink it. Oh, that's cute. I don't think the process of the framing takes longer than I will be here, but I would agree.
We are going to freeze it though.
Yeah, that this would be a great thing for Dan to make happen. Yeah, look at that. Very nice. I see you do this thing. Doop. 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 Okay. Ooh, oh.
Pull back. Oh,
Oh.
here you go.
I'm sorry.
You're okay. You carved it. Yeah, that part when it sticks to the spatula, that's where you're at the highest risk of it breaking, which is why I was like, let me help. But now it's loose, so we'll turn the griddle back off. And so now, yeah, what I'll usually do is I'll just I would come at this one like that and flip it like that.
Okay.
You just kind of, yep.
Wow. That's cute as heck.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at what you did. Wait, take a picture. Got your phone?
No, I don't.
I'll take a picture on mine.
Look at my little cow.
You did a good cow.
In its field. Look at those pretty mountains that are reflected in the sky. Like that.
That is quite lovely.
I like how the clouds came out and they look slightly translucent. Oh, wowzy. Thank you. What a good one. Let's make a math job class.
Nice job for your first freehand and your 2.5 piece overall.
Thank you, Jamie. It's so nice. Yeah, this one got a little cooked. A little more cooked than I would have liked, but hey, that's really cute. Wow. I'm just going to touch this, and it's really hot. I need you to know that that's not very cool to the touch. Boop. Boop. I did it. Yay.
Usually hold it for about 10 seconds.
Okay. If was that 10, I didn't count.
That was good enough. All right.
Yay.
I think I'm going to do one more pancake because
Are you going to do the big one? Or you got...
I don't think I'm going to do that one.
That makes
I don't
sense.
have time for that. I have to get back to my house and check if that FedEx got here. But
COVID testing.
I am going to do a Patreon logo because, as I have been told, the Pancakes Patreon is officially live. So we actually have a Patreon that if you would like to support Pancakes, we've been talking about it for so long and dragging our feet and working our butts the wrong way to make it happen, but it now exists. We now have a Patreon. And so if you want to become a patron and support what we do, support the stream, support our art, support our expression, support our ability to continue to eat food, we would be super stoked if you would check that out. We're going to get the promotion for that going properly in a bit, but first thing I got to do is I got to make a Patreon logo. Gotta make a pancake that is a Patreon logo.
I hope y'all have a great rest of your stream. Thanks for joining me as I was doing my thing. So have fun.
Very, very simple logo. Okay. I think it's probably that red and this white. Super simple logo. Wait till tomorrow to join. You're saying about the Patreon? Okay. Well. I'll just make this real quick. That is too far apart. These things are important. Talking about branding here. Simple little logo. It's very cute. Looks like a coin going into a coin slot. Right on. Okay. So this is going to be the last stream, or the last pancake of the stream today. I'm going to go ahead and cut to the wide for this. Is that not working? It isn't. It isn't working. It is broken. Great. Bluetooth has stopped working. Of course it has. So, well, in that case, I'm just going to come over here, cut to the wide. Okay, so this is going to be the last pancake of the stream. After this, I will do a quick little roundup of the pancakes that were made on the stream. I made 2 in this Patreon logo, so 3 total, and Wella came in and made 1. It's the last day that they're going to be in town, and they're heading back to Seattle tomorrow. And, well, Wednesday is going to be our next stream. Dana will be coming in at 1 p.m. to do the Joy of Pancakes stream, very similar to this, except Dana will be hosting. And then Friday, Ben will be doing one at 6 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So you can catch us on all those. We always do a Sunday request live stream if you have any specific pancake art requests you want us to try and make. We love doing these streams. We're super thrilled to be here. We're thrilled that we've got this set up to allow us to do it. We're thrilled that we've got people who come in and enjoy. It makes us all very, very happy that this is a thing that is seeming to sort of take off and find its legs. Flip this logo over. It's not a particularly big fancy one, but as I was saying, we are launching, if it's not live yet, it's going to be live tomorrow. We're launching a Patreon and are going to really do everything we can to monetize this sort of free content live stream thing, because we really enjoy doing it. And if we can find some folks that are willing to give us a couple bucks a month just to do this stuff, that would really make our day, I think. That would make our lives so much easier. This year has been particularly challenging, what with the pandemic and us having been a live events company the last several years. It's been very interesting trying to find a way to continue to bring money in. So hopefully this will answer some of those prayers a little bit. What's up, Wella? Oh, cool. Cool. I'm going to wrap this up, and we will catch you all on Wednesday. Please continue to enjoy things and come hang out with us. As usual, you can find more information about us at dancakes.com. Let me go back to the wide here. You can find more information about us at dancakes.com. We do birthday parties, special events. We do commissions, all the pancakes on the wall behind me. You can buy these on the website right now. You can also commission us to make preserved pieces. You can commission us to make digital content, things, logos, characters for social media pages. Sky's really the limit. We also have pancake art equipment. All the equipment you see us using on the stream is available for purchase on the dancakes.com website. The only thing we don't yet sell is pancake batter, but that'll happen at some point. And again, we appreciate y'all being a part of this, and we hope to see you in a future stream. Until next time, remember, mistakes are delicious. Thanks, everyone.